Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your reading for March the 11th, April the 11th. There we go. So welcome Sagittarius, this is your reading for April the 11th to the 17th. These are big old cards. I'm trying to do a slightly different angle this week, so let's see where we get to. Let's see what we have for you. We have the Three of Cups, and that's opposed by the Emperor. Recent past, strength, future, excellent, the Star, root of the matter, Queen of Wands, head of the matter, the Hierophant, and then here we have on the staff, King of Swords, Temperance, Nine of Pentacles. Bring that down a little bit, just trying to make sure I can get it all in, and the 10 of Wands. Let's see if we can bring all this in so we're not looking at things at the other end of the table. We'll go through these cards properly in a second and also clarify them. I'm starting to do that now as well. Energy on the bottom, rather mean-spirited. I mean, this to me is the Crossroads cards, kind of a stagnation. Those two swords are rubbing against each other. They can't make a decision. There's an important lesson that's come in that's been ignored. So yeah, some kind of frisson that's not really working terribly well. Other than that, I mean, the reading's really good. It's really powerful. Three of Cups is a celebration. So this week, it starts off really, really well. Are you crossing that with the Emperor energy? I mean, nothing to dislike there either. You know, it's a powerful individual. Really good energy. So those two, you know, your situation and what's opposing it are really powerful and strong. And again, the things that are kind of moving out of the situation, we've got the Strength card. You know, the strength, this particular Strength card, well, any Strength card really, is talking about, we're not talking about physical strength. You know, she's got all those halberds behind her, those spears, and yet she's still there going, no, I'm standing up for someone that can't stand up for themselves. Even though it seems terrifying, she's still prepared to put herself in front of it. So that's where you found yourself in the last week or two. And again, you know, as an energy, the Queen of Wands is great. I mean, she's lively, confident, draws people towards her. She's got the peacock feathers as a crown. So it's a lovely, positive energy there. The head of the matter is the Hierophant. So either that's the one coming in who's arriving to kind of deliver a lesson. In this particular reading, he's got a beehive on top of his staff, and the idea is it's all about the greater good. You know, it's not good for the hive, it's not good for the bees. So there's that energy there as well, which is really nice to see. And then in your near future, I mean, I love this card. You've got the Star. The Star is being really in tune with your conscious and subconscious. I'm really happy about, you know, really balanced. You know, in more traditional reading, she's pouring water from two jugs, one onto the land, one into a pond. The idea is, you know, it goes around, it's this cyclical energy. It's kind of a promise and a wish, this card as well. It's a really nice card to get, particularly in that position. So you've got something for the greater good, then down to the Star, and then you can choose which of these two it lines up with. I mean, I'm thinking it lines up with Temperance. So that's about finding balance and mercy and just the balance in the situation. But this is where you are. This is your internal influence. This is you. This is that really stoic King of Swords. The sword's buried in the ground. I mean, he's literally here to stay. There's no messing. He's full of ideas. The ideas are fluttering away from this butterfly. Is this idea of, you know, intelligence and creativity, that spark of larvae to butterfly. And again, people think he's heartless, so much so he's got this little polished marble there to go, no, I do have a heart. So he can be quite cold and distant, but still creative. And even the crown he's wearing, the crown of swords, he's done that deliberately because he knows that swords can cut both ways. So you try and temper that clarity, that action, that directness, you know, with a little bit of softness as well. And then we're going to find ourselves, this is how other people see the situation, or things you can't actually influence. Temperance, I mean, it's a lovely card. It's all about finding the balance. This whole read is about balance, I think. And you know, standing up for yourself, doing the decent thing, doing the right thing. So it's really good, really nice to see. Hopes and fears was definitely a hope. This is the card of affluence and abundance. You know, this particular card, mice and birds are, you know, she's no interest in those. It's about someone who, you know, has a Lamborghini and a Rolex because they like the way they feel, and they'll be damned, they don't care what anyone else thinks. They're not buying them as a status symbol. They're buying them because they work hard and that's what they want. And, you know, good luck to you if that's what serves you. Some people don't want a Lamborghini, some people do. The thing with this card is there's abundance, aplenty, but it's also that self-satisfied, confident. It's a classy card. That's what that is. That's classy. And the outcome is there's a little bit of a burden. And again, it tends to be self-imposed. I always think in other readings, the person carrying these 10 wands or staffs or sticks is almost at their destination. In this one, it does it in a slightly different way. It's talking about this beetle at the bottom shouldering all these sticks. There's even someone coming along for a free ride, but this is the Goliath beetle, and it can carry 100 times its own weight. So it's also a card of, yeah, there is a burden, but you're more than capable of carrying it, and you're almost done as well. You're almost at the end of that. So let's just get some clarity on those. We used the Golden Tarot. We used this last week to great effect. So let's see what's going on here for Sagittarius. Let's give them a quick shuffle. I know there's a reason these things are very long, but they do make it very hard to shuffle like this. There again. Those cards trying to get out, but I don't really do readings where cards fall out unless I was only looking for one card and one single card fell out. Oh, you got it again. So you got the star, doubling down on the star. There she is, pouring water onto the land. The whole of heavens, you know, as above, so below. So it's all about balance. That goes there. What's crossing it? Generational stability. I think this is a really happy read. I don't think there's any sadness in this at all. Recent past, Ace of Swords. This is great. This is just building. A future. Yeah, Knight of Cups. So he's dashing in with her. Oops. Down at the bottom, that's the only kind of negative. That's there's two reads with the Two of Swords. Again, it's come in twice on this deck. It sometimes reads as you know, keep away from me. I just need to think this through. I just need to decide what's actually going on. And then the head of the matter, making its balance again. This guy is, you know, this merchant's giving some money to one person and not to another. Why is he doing that? Why isn't he sharing the wealth? Also, he's not very happy about it. It doesn't look very philanthropic. So it's about an imbalance, and it's about if you have a position of power and you're able to lord it over someone, maybe you shouldn't. And again, that leads into the Temperance card there. You know, it's about mercy. This is all about balance, this. Okay, King of Wands down at the bottom. You know, this is, you can see from the expression on the guy's face, he's very relaxed, he's very in control, he's where he wants to be. So on top of the king there, yeah, you've got two kings in that position. So very much you're in control of this week. Absolutely, rock solid in control. How people see you getting on with someone. This is a partnership card, doing it alone or together. That could be your higher self. It doesn't have to be another person. You know, I think it's finding your higher self, the greater good, which ties in with Hierophant we've already had. Another king. Wow, there's a lot of masculine energy in this. King of Swords, ready to go again. Cold, clinical, no nonsense, resolute. So that's sitting on hopes and fears. Then your final outcome. Wow. Ace of Wands. A great week. Yeah, there might be a burden. I wouldn't worry about it. You've more than enough strength to get through this. 2 aces, and on the bottom the Queen of Swords as well. I think there's a stoicism this week. That's how I'd put it. You know, I love the expression on this one. These are gold cards. They don't work terribly well, but you see, it's not. She's not being aloof. She's just being. I'm trying to get the words out here. It's not an aloofness, but it's a seriousness. She knows her direction. She knows what she's done. You know, when she puts her head on the pillow at the end of the night, she knows she's done a good day, she's done a good deed. So yeah, I think Sagittarius, this is a really, really strong week. Really strong week for you guys. Finishing off with the ace. I mean, it's a fantastic way to end. We got some really powerful cards, both above and below. And then because you've got the star twice and the 2 twice, I'd say they were the 2 cards to think about this month. This one is, you know, on this particular deck, it's the 2 swords rubbing against each other. Whereas this, I sometimes think with this, you know, that's all her emotions behind her and all that turmoil. Just put the swords down and take the blindfold off. You know, are you making more out of this than you really need to? Because you've got strength and abundance, you've got 2 aces, and you've got the star card as well, which is a promise or a wish, certainly a promise for a greater future. So that future may as well start this week as next. Anyway, have a fantastic week, and I will see you next week for more of the same. Sagittarius, take care.